There's this concept in self-psychology called mirroring. And what it basically means is that one of the ways that we come to understand who we are, how we feel, and like build an internal dialogue with ourselves is that other people, likely our caregivers, they reflect back to us who we are and what's happening. So like if they see us fall and we get hurt and we're crying, they say to you, ideally, that must have really hurt. Are you okay? That must have been scary. And we start to have ways through the mirroring that we get from our caregivers of understanding ourselves in our inner world. They help us language it. They help us describe it. They help us see how we're being perceived. And then we start to understand more about ourselves. The group of people, and there's actually many groups of people, but a group of people who don't have the privilege of being mirrored by their caregivers are the children of narcissistic parents and caregivers. That is because these adults are looking into their children's eyes for a reflection of themselves. So they're like, how can I see myself in such a way that maintains my self-esteem and makes me feel okay about myself? And the child has no idea how they're feeling about themselves. They just know what I'm supposed to do to keep the equilibrium of this person intact is reflect back to them that they're very, very good and that I really, really admire them and that everything they do is for the better of humanity. And the second that that mirror looks away, the person, the caregiver's self-esteem kind of collapses. And then when it collapses, the child doesn't have a caregiver anymore. So what they need to do is bring the caregiver back to life by reflecting again the faux goodness of the caregiver. And in all of this work, which is intense emotional labor, the person, the child, never gets to learn how they feel, what their subjective experience actually is. Because what they've learned is they exist in the service of regulating the self-esteem of another, and that their internal experience is completely secondary to that.